Good afternoon and welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures, where the plans have, as is typical around here, changed because, no plan ever survives contact with anything, especially not around me anyway. So the plan was to be sticking transfers on these and doing some final touches like the lights and any of the tools that become apparent that I haven't covered, and possibly a little bit more top highlight. And I was planning to film that all on my nice new webcam, which is now all set up and working. Only problem is, despite these things on the side, which I'll get my hand out of the way, I don't want to drop that tank, it's a bit, I don't want to drop stuff. Despite these on the corner, does not actually have a microphone in it. So I'm going to have to get a separate microphone to use on the computer. This is not a massive issue, except I'm running out of USB ports to stick things in. I'm pretty much down to, and most of the mic I want is USB powered, but goes in the mic channel on the top here. And I've run out of plugs, and I'm getting pretty low on USB ports. So what I'm probably going to do in that respect is I'm going to wait for after the gentleman comes and does the electrics behind here and actually gets us into a situation where I can actually plug the USBs into the wall, which also has the point of advantage of them charging when the computer is turned off, etc., and keep it powered at all times rather than only when the computers go to sleep. This one is set to go to sleep about quite a long distance, but it's a pain if you're trying to charge something off a USB port and the thing goes to sleep and then it stops charging anything. The mouse for this is currently under charge. The keyboard will probably be under charge shortly. I might be playing an hour and a half video on here while I just plug in a USB for the keyboard. Plan for the transfers is I will just do them off camera. They needed doing a week ago, and all this stuffing about the computer was a nice idea, but it's just delayed things. So I'm just going to get on with it. It's not a major thing to do. It should take me a couple of hours once I get down to it. So I shall be doing those tomorrow. I'm also going to be talking to the gentleman to get him to get a date for the electrician to come in and do the back wall, and so I can plug everything in, because at the moment the floor on here is an absolute rope blocker of cables, most of which are just going across over here and don't need to if I've got sockets above, and it's getting to be a pain. I've got some shorter cables coming, I've got some more shorter cables coming, but it's a matter of once I get everything set up, I can plan this more easily. The 50mm cables, 50 centimeter cables are fine for this thing, of which I've got another one coming for no apparent reason, and Amazon appears to have sent me twice. But this one doesn't need to be 5 meters. That's also Cat 6. This is Cat 5. And the only reason I would want a Cat 5, is a 5-meter cable, is if I wanted to go across into the bedroom. But as I can get Wi-Fi there on the laptop, that is not an issue. And as I'm not intending to broadcast from there, that's not an issue either. It would just be picking up emails. Plan for the week is to be at beta site over the weekend and back next week. But I'm very much hoping to have got these little buggers done and probably posted before then. Because, as I say, they've been hanging around far too long. And I want to clean up my commission lag. There's also some fallout figures that need doing, and there's a couple of figures downstairs that also need doing, and they'll all be going back out to the people that ordered them free of charge, because frankly the depression just took me off painting for, let's get on for a year now, and I don't trust myself to do commission work, because I'll be fine, and then it'll be 6 to 8 months before I get anything done, maybe a year. That's the joy of it, and it can happen at any time. So I'm going to try and get a situation where I don't actually, avoid triggers of that sort. So The other major thing that I forgot about yesterday in the excitement and the fact that I was knackered because I'd spent 3 hours on a bus and been working away with a very lovely but very demanding elderly lady the previous day was Orchid Panda Miniatures. Now, Orchid Panda is the brainchild of my lovely friend Vanda, Darth Vanda, who mostly wants to go into 3D and 3D printing and 3D design, but she's also quite happy to do assembly and painting. For the historical stuff, she's done quite a bit of 40k and, well, basically 40k stuff so far, and I'm going to introduce her gently to the historical stuff. One of the first tests is going to be more John Martin Swiss, because I've got more John Martin Swiss everywhere, and perhaps even assemble a few armies for me to paint to put up on eBay. eBay is going to become the main thing for the company. Sorry, not eBay, Etsy. Nor eBay. I'm still banned from eBay for the crime of having a £0 debt with them. This is a bit of a nuisance, and I may have to create another email account specifically for just ordering the odd bit and piece that I order on eBay. What I order on eBay are these things, by the way. These ones are boots, but they're the better ones, the ×4 ones that I got the other day, which are these, and the clip-ons I got from eBay. These fortunately had we can sell it to you as a guest, but the trees and stuff that I want aren't on that listing. I've got some coming off Amazon at some point, probably next week, but I need some bigger ones because these are only these are 9 centimeters, which is what, 3.5 inches, so they're about that tall. He says, waving his fingers in front of him. The other nice thing about the camera on that is that it's got a much bigger field of view, though it's more out of focus on the shelves behind me, and I might have to do something about that. Anyway, I'm back onto Orchid Panda. As I say, Orchid Panda will be doing stuff. Orchid Panda will be assembling stuff for me to sell on, paint and sell on Etsy, and I will be doing a uppricing and a re-evaluation of everything on Etsy. Again, I should have done this last Christmas, but I was ill, and you don't do stuff when you've got a mental health issue, because one, you haven't got the motivation to it, and two, if you do motivate yourself to do it, you do stupid things, like I did with one of my commissions that are downstairs, which I still need to get rid of, which is open all the packets and wash them and not remember what the hell was which. Really should have opened and washed them and at least separated them. I usually do that, but as I say, I wanted to make some progress. Progress makes you feel better, and it all went a bit pear-shaped, as it can do. And of course, it going pear-shaped caused the more psychological beating yourself up, and it spiraled down from there. Also got to sort the shelves out behind me, get me a second monitor, and a few other bits and pieces. But it's getting there. It's driving me slowly up the wall, but it's doing so in a constructive manner. And we'll take it from there. But as I say, Orchid Panda Miniatures are really cool. I will be bigging them up. As soon as she's got any content that I can share with you, I will share it. And as soon as I've got any content I can share with people, I'll be sharing it again, because I want to get back to doing a little more or less what I was doing last time before I got ill, but probably not quite so fanatically. Anyway, that's, I think, enough for now. There will be developments. There will be pictures of the German tank pre and post decals being applied sometime tomorrow, and until then, it'll be till next week. I believe I'll be out on Friday, and I'm not in a position to do the painting stream without the microphone, because who What's painting without my dulcet tones to ruin it? Take care, everyone, and goodbye.